Hey YouTube, this guitar has been hanging on my wall next to where that Bucky caster is for years. This isn't actually mine. I did build it. You can see the camera there. So I was in a band. No, I wasn't really in a band. Me and my pals. The guy Jesse Ray. Look up the video for Over the Sea. I will put a link in the description. Worth watching. Just for the video, and we thought that's brilliant, love it, da da da. And then we covered one of his songs, did a video of it in my room, and ended up in, I think, and we sent it to him. We found Jesse Ray on Facebook. That's it, my video, and he's like, "Hooray, brilliant lads!" Like, oh. So we did the same. Piss did the same the next couple of weeks, I think. And for one of them, I had an idea of building a guitar, and this was about lunchtime. So we're going to get, and I think it took me 2.5 hours to build this, from the idea of thinking I'm going to build a sword-shaped guitar. So it's just a bit of a kitchen worktop. It might be actually be the exact same bit of kitchen worktop that's made of, the double neck there. So I just kind of drew it around. It's not very symmetrical or anything. It just goes to show, if you fancy just building something for a laugh, and what happened was, so it took me a couple of hours to build it. I gave it a quick, I think it's just yacht varnish or something that was on it. And so I finished it, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. Then by 8 o'clock at night, it was time to do a video. And I can't remember which song it was we did either. Was it Houdini, maybe? And so I had this for, I was just going to play it. I was like, actually, just make it play. So I made it play. It was still sticky though. And we played it in the video. And then after that, it was like pegs like that when we started actually playing with Jesse himself. Peg's like, I'll just play that guitar. I was like, really? Okay. But I mean, it's actually alright. It's like, it did exactly, I had a good plan. This is actually a Yamaha Pacifica neck. I'm definitely sure of it now. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't remember having a Pacifica, but I must have had the neck. But it's got the wee plastic insert thing there. So what I did was I just drew a line on it and cut it to make it a pointy shape. So 3 of the existing holes are already there. You can see there's one. I should be using the radio mic thing. You can see where there's a wee notch there. It just kind of looks like a barb. Looks quite cool. I don't think that's a bad. If you're trying to make a flying V, for example, you get yourself do that with a Pacifica neck. I think it's pretty cool. The body's obviously just silly. It had to be wider here to take the bridge and a pickup. This is a Warman. It's a really, really good pickup. I can't remember. It's an early one. Is it a Dominator or something? Last time I looked, he didn't make them anymore. So it's like a pure heavy thing. Got the Chinese bridge, the one that you have to Telecaster through strung it. So it's Telecaster through strung. There's the cavity for the single volume control with jeweled knob, which is kind of, you can't really get at very well. You have to kind of use it like you can't. But yeah, things are pretty tight. This bridge is fully back the way. Ideally you would want the saddles to be sitting a wee bit further out. But if you did that, you slid that back. It's not enough room for that. It's really tight. And I used my long drill bit to get the jack socket on the end there, and that's just an extra piece of wood stuck on the end. Yeah, so it's quite a heavy metal guitar. I'm going to try and use it clean. I don't think Peg used to use as a guitarist who's getting it back tonight, actually, tomorrow. I think I took it away because I do remember it being dropped at McCool's, and I don't think it was ever the same again, but I fixed it. We used to play, I had a claymore shaped bass, which I actually gave to Jesse, and we both played guitars for a couple of songs, some of the songs, and so we just kind of sling the guitars on the back, and then have this guitar around our neck, and then, yeah, very silly. Yeah, so, but it just goes to show what the principles are. Put the bridge in the right place, have a decent neck, and then make it relatively solidly stuck on. Now, even if you look there, you can see that I obviously made a mistake when I was cutting out. I just freehand jigsawed it. If you look there, look at it. There it's kind of like it's actually thinner than what the fretboard is, so I just kind of made it a wee bit of a feature. Make any difference? Seems to work all right. And I think I seem to remember all I did with the fact that it had been dropped and the kind of neck bolts came a bit loose. I think I just filled the the neck bolts, like with glue and cocktail sticks, and then just put them back in again. Sorted. Really, when you put the... This is what I think BC Rich pickups... BC Rich should sound like this. It's got a real... It's kind of a wee bit weird to play because there is no body, and it's like, I suppose there's a bit there, but there's no, the bit where your arm is, there's nothing, so it does kind of feel a bit strange. But it's got a real chunk to it, doesn't it? And maybe, is there something to do with it being its hard tail? It's obviously a very resonant piece of wood because there's sod all of it. Handmade. So, I mean, it's actually quite a good guitar. Obviously, it's not the most comfiest. It doesn't so much have neck dive as committing suicide dive. It just wants to go like that rather than that. But I mean... The bass that I made had a big counterweight on the end of a curtain pole, which kind of made it hang a bit better. But it was kind of the same. You kind of have to thrust your right hip forward for something to sit on. You can maybe play it standing up. You can use it like that. Actually, that's quite a good idea if you've got a monitor or something. Well, does it? Oh, my lassie waits for me below and call after that day. Below a monster taxi plane Want to bring back my... So that's what it was basically used for. There's a killer death metal tone in it. Yep. And it was also, I know that this had guitar, the strings that I took off it were Project Race strings, because Peg used to always complain about one of the strings always got kinked there. He's like, is there something you can do with that? Why the string keeps kinking? And there's nothing wrong. I was looking at the frets and said, was it nothing in it? I can't remember. One of the songs, is it a B? It's a B note. One of the songs, I can't remember which one it was. He was always pure giving it bang, bang, and that was just basically why it was kinked. We also used to play it with is there a song Desire? Last time this played it might have been actually been on stage. Played this song. And we used to do, we changed the key, made it rubbish for the keyboard, the keyboard player, because it was all the black notes on the keyboard, and it was like, so it was like, it was F, it was in, or E flat, it was E flat, and we were like, can we just change it to, because it's just that easy, up here. Yeah, but it means if we do that, it means that me and Peg get the open E, so we could go. And then, obviously, at the end of the song, we could both kind of mute all the strings, but leave the E open, and then batter the two swords off each other. Ding, 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 bang, bang. Yep. So what I was really saying is, have a go at making a guitar. It's dead easy. You learn from mistakes, but there's been mistakes. If I built another one, there's things I would do differently. I'd probably make it look a little bit less like Thundercats, but I would have spent a little bit more time on it. But sometimes just battering in to do it. I had a deadline. It's like, I'd like to play this tonight. I think actually in that original video, I wonder if it's still on there. I somehow managed to record 3 videos and overlay them on top of each other. So what we did was, it was like us recording the song, and we all played 3 instruments in it. So there was 9 tracks, if you like. We were multi-tracking. So I'd imagine it must have been drums, and then one of us playing this, and I believe the double neck's in it as well, and I've played different instruments, but it's like live overdubbing. Whatever the original backing track would have been keyboards, guitar, and drums, probably. I thought that was called Houdini. Houdini. Bam, bam, ba-da-da-da. Rock on! And I should probably, I don't know, Peg, don't watch this video. It might be a surprise. I'm going over to tomorrow night. So if I put this out on Friday, Peg, don't watch it. Then it'll be a surprise when you get it back. There you go. Because he probably doesn't want it back. But it's a gift. You can't say no. Catch you later.